There are luxury SUVs that already feel extreme from the factory, and then there are creations that go far beyond anything their original designers ever imagined. The Lamborghini Urus SE is already a bold statement, combining supercar DNA with hybrid technology and everyday usability. But when Mansory gets involved, the concept of restraint disappears completely. The Mansory Venatus has returned once again, this time taking over the Lamborghini Urus SE, proving that this outrageous tuning program refuses to fade away and continues to evolve in the most controversial way possible. At first glance, it is clear that this is no ordinary Urus SE. The Mansory Venatus transforms the SUV into a rolling piece of automotive theater. The front end alone is enough to spark debate, featuring an aggressively redesigned bumper with massive air intakes, sharp aerodynamic elements, and sculpted forged carbon fiber components. Additional vents appear on the hood and front fenders, giving the SUV an almost race-inspired appearance, even if its true purpose is more about visual dominance than track performance. The design language is loud, unapologetic, and intentionally polarizing. Move along the sides, and the transformation continues. The Venatus wears dramatically widened fenders that significantly increase the vehicle's visual footprint. These arches house oversized wheels that further emphasize its muscular stance. Extended side skirts connect the front and rear styling elements, making the SUV look lower and wider than the standard Urus SE. Even the side mirrors receive Mansory's attention, redesigned to match the aggressive carbon fiber theme that runs throughout the entire vehicle. The rear of the Mansory Venatus may be the most extreme part of the design. Instead of relying on a single spoiler, Mansory equips the Urus SE with multiple aerodynamic elements. There is a large roof-mounted wing above the rear window, another spoiler positioned above the taillights, and an additional ducktail integrated into the tailgate. Beneath it all sits a massive rear diffuser that dominates the lower section of the bumper. The result is a rear view that looks more like a concept car than a road-going SUV, designed to grab attention from every possible angle. Despite the visual excess, the Venatus has found an enthusiastic audience online. Images and videos of this particular build have circulated on social media, generating thousands of reactions. While some viewers criticize the design as excessive or unnecessary, many others praise Mansory for its fearless approach and dedication to extreme customization. This split reaction is nothing new for the brand, which has built its reputation on creating cars that provoke strong opinions rather than universal approval. One of the most interesting aspects of this Mansory Venatus build is what remains unknown. Unlike some previous Venatus versions, there has been no official confirmation of performance upgrades for this Urus SE. Mansory is well known for offering significant power increases on earlier Urus-based projects, with some versions reportedly pushing output close to supercar territory. However, in this case, the focus appears to be primarily on visual transformation rather than mechanical enhancement, at least based on the information currently available. That said, the Lamborghini Urus SE does not lack performance in its standard form. Its hybrid powertrain combines a twin-turbocharged V8 engine with electric assistance, delivering rapid acceleration and impressive top-end capability for a vehicle of its size. Even without tuning, the Urus SE is capable of supercar-like performance, making the Venatus more about presence, exclusivity, and personal expression than outright speed gains. Inside the cabin, Mansory continues its signature approach. The interior features a predominantly dark color scheme, accented by bold, contrasting details, including bright highlights that add visual drama. Carbon fiber trim appears throughout the cabin, paired with bespoke upholstery and custom components such as pedals, steering wheel accents, and floor mats. While the factory Urus SE already offers a blend of luxury and sportiness, the Mansory version pushes the aesthetic toward a more aggressive, performance-oriented vibe. The Venatus name itself has become synonymous with Mansory's most extreme Lamborghini SUV builds. Over the years, the Venatus has evolved through multiple iterations, each more dramatic than the last. The fact that it continues to resurface on newer Urus variants shows that there is still demand for this level of customization. For a certain type of buyer, standing out matters more than blending in, and the Venatus delivers exactly that. This approach perfectly reflects Mansory's philosophy as a tuning house. Rather than refining existing designs subtly, Mansory chooses to amplify them. The company's creations are rarely conservative, and they often blur the line between art and excess. Whether working on supercars, luxury sedans, or high-end SUVs, Mansory vehicles are designed to be instantly recognizable and impossible to ignore. For critics, the Mansory Venatus represents everything that can go wrong with aftermarket tuning: too many design elements, too much carbon fiber, and a lack of cohesion. For fans, it represents freedom of expression and the ultimate form of automotive individuality. Both perspectives are valid, and that tension is exactly what keeps cars like this in the spotlight. In the end, the Mansory Venatus, based on the Lamborghini Urus SE, is not meant to appeal to everyone. It exists for those who want the most extreme version of an already extreme vehicle. It is bold, controversial, and undeniably attention-grabbing. Love it or hate it, there is no denying that the Venatus continues to do what it has always done best: dominate conversations, flood social media feeds, and remind the automotive world that excess, when executed with confidence, will always have an audience.